Welcome to Gong Bu movement vocabulary. So we're going to do a little bit of a mashup right now. This is going to wind up in two different playlists, both the stances and the standing and movement vocabulary playlists. Doesn't matter how you get into it, but essentially what we're going to do is the same three pieces of movement vocabulary that we did with our Ma Bu, which is down and up, side to side, or weight shift from one leg to the other, and twisting by rotating through the hips. 45 degrees, 45 degrees. Okay. When we do this in our Gong Bu, if we take our narrow Gong Bu stance, facing in towards the camera here, I can move up and down a certain amount, not a huge distance by any stretch of the imagination, but I still want to have that freedom of movement. So I can breathe in to descend down and exhale, standing back up. Inhale, exhale, standing back up. Inhale, exhale, standing back up. From the side, I'm in my Gong Bu. Inhale, descend down. Exhale, standing up. Inhale, exhale, get a little bit taller. So run through those a few times, up and down. Next one is transferring the weight, and that is between our right and left leg. Technically, this is going to get us out of Gong Bu because, as we discussed, Gong Bu is a forward weighted stance. That is treating it as a stance, like a fixed posture, fixed frame sort of thing. But when we actually go to use it, we of course need mobility and movement to happen in there. So that narrow stance, again, most of my weight is on the front leg. As I perhaps breathe in, I transfer it. So most of my weight is now on my rear leg. My front leg is pushing into my rear leg, but it is not straight and locked. Like I'm not doing this. This isn't collapsed. So there's still structure there. And then breathing out, I return into something more of a Gong Bu. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. You can, of course, reverse the breath on this too. So breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, and breathing in. Just as we did in our movement vocabulary, you might want to combine this. So going from high in front, breathing in, sinking down, staying up high, breathing in, dropping down. So all of these combinations still valid, still totally available to you. And then the last one is the rotational twist. Because our narrow Gong Bu, we are already very much twisted into this front leg. This is already pulling us in, and this left leg is already driving us out. We don't really have much more twist in this direction. We do have a lot of twist in the other direction, so we want to take advantage of that. And breathing in and out. And in and out. And in and out. All right. Really feel that motion going in our hips. And then again, combine this, especially with that, weight shift forward, back, one leg into another. This is going to come up most commonly and easily feeling as descending back and turning, coming forward and rotating forward. Now our wider stance Gong Bu, this one has got a lot more of that side to side mobility about it. So we've got a lot more rotation here to here. Because of our wider frame, we actually have the ability to squat down even lower, get up even taller. So we get more up-down range in this stance. And we get basically the same amount of front and back. So same amount of front and back, maybe slightly less because our stance is generally not as long. I guess technically, if I were to do a nice big wide one, I'd be able to move from there to there. And then in a wider frame Gong Bu, I'd be here to here. So I get a little less front back. I still get the same amount of weight shift, but I get a little bit less front and back. Other than that, the trade-off is I get much more mobility in the other two planes. Have a play around with it, see what you can come up with, see what you can do. Bonus points if you make circles, extra bonus points if you start making spirals, because Tai Chi is all circles and spirals. And just have some fun with it. Play around, see what your body can do, see how it moves. Thank you very much for joining me on this one. I hope you have fun with it. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, anything like that, fire them in the comments below. I will get back to you as soon as possible. And if it requires making more videos to helpfully explain this stuff, then I will do that too.